Raise your hand if you like swimming in the ocean. Alright, now don't you all think it would be nice to go swimming without any sharks in there? Well, that's where the path that the human race is taking right now. At this rate, most shark species will vanish off this earth in our lifetime just due to the man of one part of the shark. Is this what you want? A world without its ocean's top predator? Yeah, sure, it'd be nice to have nobody else die from shark attacks, but is that worth the risk? Coming from San Diego, I have interacted with all sorts of sharks. May it be swimming with leopard sharks in La Jolla Cove or seeing them underneath me while surfing. And for those, I admire their strength and power. For those that come from a place near the ocean, you understand what I'm talking about. Oceanic creatures like sharks are a part of your daily lifestyle. And for those that don't live near the ocean, I'm sure you can imagine what a shark is underwater. Just imagine a grizzly bear in the sea. Shark finning is unethical and harmful to sharks and needs to be immediately put to a halt. Today I will be educating you about the reasons behind shark finning, the policy I want to introduce to stop this finning, and how all of you can help spread this word. And I'm about to show you guys a video of actual shark finning. It's a little bit graphic and it's only 10 seconds.
Okay, that's fine. Here, go back to it and try to open it through, just highlight it and try to open it through Google Chrome.
And then
Here for their fins.
It was considered a status symbol to be able to catch a huge animal and just
So yeah, that's basically what shark finning is. They just hack off their fins, and then they toss the shark back into the water when it's still alive, which basically either the shark will just drown because it needs to be swimming to keep its the oxygen flowing, or it'll sink to the bottom and other fish will start eating it. So you can see how graphic that is, and it's happening right now. And over the decades, shark finning has increased dramatically. And the fishermen that use these fins, they use it for delicacies in Asian, like shark fin soup. And shark fin soup the shark fin is actually tasteless, and all it does is provide the like the bulk of the meat in the shark fin soup. And even in this picture, which is the soup, I personally don't see any fins, so I don't see why it's like what it's used for. And the taste that they get from the soup is actually from meat like chicken and beef and whatnot. So, and shark finning has never been monitored or prevented properly. It was minimally addressed back in 2007 with the WCPEFC Conservation and Management Measure for sharks, when they made fishermen on boats have no fins that total no more than 5% of the weight of the shark, which basically that means the fishermen are required to keep the shark on board. And this made sure the sharks, a year later, the only law that was introduced was instated by the Atlantic Highly Migratory Species Fishery Management Plan, which they called Amendment 2. All this did was require an 8% cut on the amount of commercial fishing for certain sharks. It does not eliminate shark finning, it just regulates it, which is not what we want to do. The next step was to put a prohibition on shark finning. The United States was first to do this, and they banned shark finning in the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean Sea. However, just like the alcohol prohibition in the early 1900s, shark finning was still practiced. Its main target market is the black market because of the secrecy it provides and the profit one can gain from selling them. My plan is to have strict policies put in place to discourage and prevent any further shark finning. The organization that will be put in charge of this whole operation will be the Fish and Wildlife Management Service. They would be able to work side by side with the Coast Guard to locate and confiscate boats that are involved with shark finning, which, according to Paul Watson of the Sea Shepherds, are death traps. One way to do this is to have Coast Guard boats patrol the waters near land and docks. Another approach would be to use the Coast Guard helicopters out at sea to locate and disable these shark finning boats. This tactic is already used against boats carrying drugs. They first fire warning shots from the body of the helicopter, and if the boat does not comply, then they fire a shot into the engine to disable the boat. The Fish and Wildlife Service would also employ private security agencies to be stationed at all docks and fine offenders of the anti-shark finning law a minimum of $100,000. And along with, this would also provide jobs for people. And then this high cost of a fine would quickly deter any sensible human being from continuing shark finning. Yes, this plan will be expensive, but there is an easy way for this program to get funded. First off, American citizens would have a 1% tax raise to pay for the maintenance of the boats and helicopters of the fleet. And this would just be for 1 year, just to get the program started. In addition to these tax raises, the offenders that pay the fine would pay for the majority of the program, because it's a minimum of $100,000 depending on the amount of sharks and the severity. And in conclusion, shark finning is an immoral act and is harmful to the shark population and the ocean's ecosystem. Yes, some Asian countries have the shark fin soup as part of their culture, but why use it if there is no taste in a fin? That does not seem logical at all. Furthermore, the policies I have introduced will bring shark finning to a halt, much unlike the others before. So everybody, what I want you to do is pull out your phones and spread the word on all social media that shark finning must be stopped any way possible.